In ancient Mesopotamia, if your donkey got sick, you didn't call a vet, you called an exorcist, because obviously the donkey had a demon. What else could it be? The ancient Mesopotamians, Sumerians, Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians believed that illness wasn't just a physical issue, it was spiritual. And this applied not only to humans, but to animals too. Your goat acting weird? It wasn't indigestion, it was divine punishment. Your cow stopped giving milk? Time to suspect evil spirits or an offended god. Basically, livestock were like early warning systems for supernatural drama. Animals were part of the household's spiritual ecosystem, so when one of them got sick, it could be a sign that something was wrong with the entire house. Maybe someone committed a taboo, maybe the gods were annoyed, or maybe the neighbor looked at your sheep funny. Whatever the case, action had to be taken. Enter the Ashipu. The Ashipu wasn't your average shepherd with some bandages. This person was a high-powered spiritual specialist, a priest, a healer, and a supernatural exterminator all rolled into one. Their job? Diagnose the unseen forces afflicting your animals and kick those forces to the curb. The Ashipu had a full toolkit: herbs, oils, amulets, and incantations. Lots of incantations. They would perform elaborate rituals, chant to gods like Ea or Marduk, and sometimes even draw protective symbols around your barn or field. It wasn't just about treating the animal's body, it was about purifying the spiritual environment. Some incantations were surprisingly specific. If a sheep was coughing, for example, there was a spell for that. If a donkey refused to eat, there was a ritual involving incense, prayer, and occasionally sticking something spicy in its nose. Yes, really. The thinking was simple. Physical symptoms were just the tip of the iceberg. The real issue was deeper, moral, cosmic, and probably your fault. The household was seen as a mini-universe, and the gods paid attention. If something was sick, someone in the house may have sinned, touched something impure, or broken a taboo. The animal was just the unlucky messenger. This made veterinary care a team effort. Everyone in the house had to purify themselves, confess sins, and sometimes perform additional rituals to restore cosmic balance. Imagine modern vet visits where the whole family has to apologize to the divine every time the cat gets diarrhea. You might be thinking, wow, that's bizarre. Glad we moved past that. But did we? Today we still have people who read animal auras, pet psychics, Reiki for dogs, and even energy healers who treat parrots over Zoom. We may not chant to Marduk anymore, but the instinct to link illness with moral or spiritual imbalance hasn't entirely disappeared. We still light candles, say prayers, and talk to our pets like they're tuning into another dimension. In a weird way, the spirit of the Ashipu lives on, just with a different Instagram filter. The idea that illness, even in animals, might be connected to larger forces is ancient. And while we've come a long way in medicine, that mystical mindset still lingers. Whether it's your cat acting possessed or your dog refusing to go into a certain room, chances are someone in your family has blamed it on bad energy. So next time your hamster starts doing backflips, don't just call the vet. Maybe, just maybe, consider checking if Mercury is in retrograde. Or if you accidentally angered a storm god. Hey, it worked for the Mesopotamians. If you like this weird trip through ancient animal healthcare, stick around. Check out my other videos where we dive into more forgotten history, bizarre beliefs, and ancient oddities that still echo today. Hit that next video. You never know what weird history lesson is lurking just one click away.